Minji and her mom, my mommy, my second mommy. Hi. We're going to my new school. Very beautiful. And my sister Minji. We're in China and we're going to Hey guys, it's Charlie, and I don't have the best lighting right now because I'm still in my hotel room, and I'm not naked. I'm wearing a romper, and yeah, so just to let you guys know, and I have to keep my head in the right spot to cover the light, so forgive me for I don't know why, but anyway, so I'm gonna share my story with you guys about my school and my current situation. So you just saw a footage of me going to my new school and going to sign the contract. Well, the next part of the video that I had hoped to post was me taking video of the school and showing you guys around, but I never even got footage of that because of my story. So I went to the school, my new school, where I'm going to sign. I was supposed to sign my contract for my next 6 months in Korea, and a few days before, I talked to the school on the phone and told them I needed my contract signed by Friday because I'm going to Thailand, and my current visa expires it expired Tuesday, which technically was yesterday, and yeah, so my visa expires, and once I leave Korea, if I don't extend my current visa, I will come back as a tourist in Korea. So I let them know that I needed my contract signed before I went on vacation, and so they said okay. So this was on Monday that I called. They said okay, come in on Friday, we will have your contract ready, and also this other document that I needed from the school. So I had Minji call my school and discuss it with them because like the communication, my school, the people at my school really don't speak a lot of English at all, and so I had Minji call, and she was very good with speaking with them and communicating with them and then communicating with me, and she told them about me and said, oh, like, she's very nice, she's a vegetarian, she's black, she likes kids, she's a really good person, and she told them a couple things about me. I didn't know until after the fact. She told me like, oh yeah, I told them about you, that you're a vegetarian and blah blah blah. So that coming Friday, I was to arrive at my school by 2 p.m. to sign my new contract. So they were prepared for me to come and sign, and they knew that I was coming, and they told me to come. So Minji's mom was nice enough to take me to the school, and Minji accompanied me as my interpreter. So we all three walk up to my school, and I meet my principal, and it's a female, and not that that matters, but she's a female, and the other lady who had spoken to Minji on Monday and Tuesday was there as well. So upon my arrival, the principal says that she does not want to sign my contract. And she said, oh, I don't know anything about you. The talk program hasn't sent me any information about you. So my first thing was, then why did you send me to the school to sign my contract when you're gonna wait for me to arrive and then say that you're not gonna sign my contract? So my first thought upon hearing that she wasn't going to sign my contract after the fact of me arriving is that the only possible explanation I could have was that it was because I'm black. I hadn't spoken one sentence to the lady, to the principal. She didn't ask me for anything. Like, I arrived after she told me to be there at 2 to sign my contract, and then she told me that she wasn't going to sign it. And I explained to her, like, my whole situation with my contract is going to end. If I don't sign it now, I'll be a tourist in Korea. I can't even work, like, as a tourist in Korea. And to get my contract, to get my visa changed, you can't just change a tourist visa into a teaching E2 visa. You actually have to leave the country and do the whole process all over again. So by her not signing the contract would mean she's sending me through a lot of, like, unnecessary work when she can just sign it and let me have my visa extended. So pretty much she didn't care. She rambled on and on about the reasons that she's not going to sign it. She's like, the talk program didn't send me any information about you. I don't know anything about you. Why did you leave your school? You were there for 1 year. Why didn't you extend with the same school? And that kind of sounded reasonable to me, you know. Like, maybe she thinks maybe I'm a bad teacher. Why didn't I just stay with the same school for another year? Why am I changing schools? But she knew that I was here for a year and that I was changing schools because she knew that I was already in Korea and I was changing schools. So why, when I called and told her I needed my documents, did she ask me to come in to sign them and not ask me these questions beforehand and get to know, like, before I come in to sign, I had to go through, like, all this trouble to get Minji's mom to bring me, Minji to come, and then the school was really far from me. So, like, it's like she was making up a bunch of excuses just to have me not sign the contract. So Minji was whispering to me saying, I don't think she likes you, and she's making excuses to not sign the contract. But Minji said that she knows that she determined that when I arrived she was not going to sign my contract, and that the lady was just making excuses to not sign it, and that there was nothing I could say that would change her mind. Like, she was not going to sign my contract. So there was something else. So, okay, so, like, I told her, like, I'm going to have to go through all this trouble to change my visa, and she didn't care. And then she was like, I don't even have the contract with me, so you can't sign it anyway. And I was like, I whispered to Minji, I'm like, Minji, she has the contract. Like, I saw the contract on the computer. It was all in Korean, but in bold it said talk, teacher, contract. And so, like, she was telling me and Minji that she didn't have the contract with her, so we couldn't sign it anyway. And so I'm telling Minji she does have the contract, and Minji told them that I believe that they had the contract. And the principal and the other lady were like, oh no, this is not the contract, it's another form. And I was like, no, Minji, they have the contract. They're lying, like, they have the contract. And so a few minutes later, I brought it up again, and I said, oh, like, let me see the contract. You have the contract. And they ended up bringing out the contract and showing it to me. And so they pretty much lied to me, saying they don't have the contract just because they didn't want to sign the contract with me. So it was like this whole circle. On Friday, I arrived at 2. And I had to be in Donghae, which is my province's immigration office, to turn in my visa extension application. I needed to be there before 6 p.m. before it closed. So I was at the office at 2, and they kept me there for 2 hours, rambling on and on about why they're not signing the contract. Then they started bringing up, like, my vacation time and, like, trying to make all these other excuses that didn't even apply to the reason they denied me of signing my contract, because she said she wasn't going to sign the contract before we even discussed anything. Like, I just arrived, and she said, oh, we're not signing the contract. I don't know any information about you. And she said, maybe we'll sign it later, but right now we're not going to sign it. and she didn't care that it would turn me into a tourist. Like, and I think she kind of used that as a reason to delay it too. Like, if she saw that it was important for me to sign my contract, so that I could get my extension for my visa, and the fact that she knew that that would be an issue for me made it better for her, and more of a reason to not sign my contract, because it would mean that I would not be able to work at her school. So I seriously hated bringing up the fact that it could be about my ethnicity, like that I'm black, but for the first time in my life, I felt like I was being discriminated against because I'm black. And I hated bringing it up, because I hate when people use their skin color to feel like, oh, I can't do this because of this. I feel like there are many people who make excuses for not being able to do things. But in this time in my life, for the first time, I felt like I knew for a fact that she was denying signing my contract because oh, I am black. And so what other reason would she have for talking? I talked to one of the teachers 2 days in a row. Minji talked to her about me, and she discussed my contract. She knew that it was urgent. And why would they tell me, okay, come on Friday and sign the contract, we'll have it available for you, and then upon my arrival they tell me, oh, we're not signing it. Also, they lied to me about not having the contract, and then they did have the contract, and it was just a really bad situation, because they made their school look bad. And I find teaching is important. Not only do the students learn English, but I'm teaching them other skills like honesty and trust, and just how to behave as a human being, and the school itself wasn't even showing that bit of what I hold high as a teacher. They're lying to me in my face, saying they don't have the contract, and then they do have the contract. Is this what we want to teach the students? So not only that, but just the fact that they were discriminating against me because I'm black. So there's no other reason that I could find for them to deny me of signing my contract. They put me through a really difficult situation with my visa. I don't know what's going to happen now. I talked to the talk program. I talked to the POE, which is the Provincial Office of Education, and the lady who I spoke with knew about my situation because I called her when I was in the office with the school. And so she's going to send a memo to the talk program. I filed a complaint with the talk program, and we'll see what happens. I don't know, in order for me to get my visa to get my visa, E2 visa again, I will have to go to Japan or China. And I know people were like, yes, that's great, you get to go to Japan, but it puts me through a big situation, because when I get back from vacation, the new talk person who is going to my school has to move in probably a week after I come back from vacation. So I have a week to move, but I can't sign my contract now because I'm going to be a tourist. So now it's where am I going to move? I have to move because a new person's coming in, but I have no place to move, and then I have to go to Japan or China to change my visa, and it's just a whole process that could have been skipped if they had just signed my contract like they had told me last week. So that is my current situation with my school. You can comment below on what you think. I know a lot of you might say oh, it could be for some other reasons, but I honestly have no other reasons possible. Minji knows that. Minji was there. The lady, the principal used informal language to her. she was just very rude. She used informal language to Minji when she should have not been using that, because they just met. And yeah, the situation was just bad. Minji was mad. Her mom was mad. It was just horrible. And then, like, that whole situation became, like, kind of like, I saw how hard Minji and her mom were, like, working to keep me in Korea. And then, like, Minji's mom, like, told Minji to text me. And she was like, oh, tell Charlie to come over. This was after the situation happened. Tell Charlie to come over, and I'll make her some food. And just like that kindness, like, kind of like broke my heart, because, like, there was this one extreme of, like, the lady denying my contract being signed, and then there's this other extreme of all of the kindness that I've been shown from Minji and her mom. And I don't want to cry right now. So it was just like the kindness that I saw through, like, Minji's mom. She drove me there. She saw the struggle that I was going through, and then she was like, oh, come over, I'm gonna make food for you. And it's just like that kindness overpowered what the principal was trying to do. And so I'm gonna make a part 2, because there's another part of the story that I forgot to mention. So stay tuned for part 2. I'll see you guys later. Bye.